Welcome back. Beyond Good and Evil 2. It was announced at E3 and I was ecstatic. I screamed, ripped my voice. I was in pure heaven watching the trailer. I watched it many times, and I might watch it again. My joy came from the rumor being true. The game was being worked on. It's been almost 15 years waiting to hear that news, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself in that moment hearing it. I'll have another moment like that if they ever announce Elder Scrolls 6. The Beyond Good and Evil 2 cinematic trailer was eye-catching, and it had a lot going on in it. But that is all it was. A movie. The game itself is just starting to be developed. For the past 3 years, they've been working on the framework to build the game. During E3, Ansel privately showed a prototype of Beyond Good and Evil 2. Ansel explained that, in the prototype, he was changing time. Quote, he kept downplaying the graphics to us, instead drawing our attention to what the prototype could do mechanically. We saw a big spaceship floating over a city with a large skyscraping elephant statue standing nearby. He pressed some keys on the keyboard of the PC running the demo and changed the time of day. The sun set. Not an impressive feat, really, until he explained what was happening. I'm changing the time, Ansel said, as he then zoomed out so that the camera pulled back from the atmosphere into outer space. Many games have night-day cycles, but in this demo, changing time meant actually making the planet rotate on its axis as it moved around the star, causing the light from the star to hit the surface differently. There is a universal simulation, he said. There are galaxies. It's not just changing the color of the sun. Everything is rotating. When you see a sunset in Beyond Good and Evil 2, that's a real sunset. It's not just some lights our artists put there. Unquote. That sounds cool, doesn't it? You know what else sounds cool? The fluidity of the game engine. Quote, this engine allows players to move from enclosed, densely detailed environments, such as a seedy bar, into streets packed with characters, both human and NPC, then up into the sky and out into space. And it makes it possible for this to happen seamlessly, without jarring transitions or a break in gameplay. End quote. While some cool things were announced, some of the news they announced caused people to express their concern about the game, as in, it was not sounding like what they expected. For example, the Space Monkey program. Quote, and you can play it online. For example, we expect to make prototypes of different modules in the game, let people play, give feedback, and they can even build their own ship since we have very flexible customization systems. You can even create your own faction or gang with colors and share them. We want people to participate, and our dream would be to come back in 1 year with all of this absolutely playable and polished in a demonstration. We'd love to have people have that feeling that they're helping and participating in making this possible. The Space Monkey program, as it's officially known, is Ubisoft's way of inviting passionate members of the community to be the first to play, to share ideas and inspirations, and to crash test all of the creative and gameplay elements that make up Beyond and Good Evil 2's game world, as early and as soon as possible. End quote. Not sounding like the Beyond Good and Evil 2 you were expecting? Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything. And as I said, it's been almost 15 years, with years before this game is even released. So I wouldn't expect it to be like it was in 2003. I'm not the same woman I was in 2003. And honestly, I didn't want that game anyway. The stealth system in the first game, Also remember, the first game did not sell well. Matter of fact, shortly after release, it had a huge price cut. So no one, theoretically, should want them to make another game like that. A financial success, it was not. So no, please, no. At this stage, I don't have a real concern about the game based on the announcements other than their time estimates. Can an ambitious game be built as quickly as they suggest? A polished, ambitious game. I might join the early access program simply because of the title and my curiosity. My concern, however, lies in a completely different area. The business end of things, and why I have concerns about the times they estimated. Ubisoft is in the middle of a hostile takeover from Vincidi right now. I've been posting about this on Twitter and Facebook. Vincidi has been slowly accumulating stock shares and has about 25% now. This will play out this year or next, most likely this year. And if Vincidi continues to pursue this, once they cross owning 30%, Vincidi will have to pursue a controlling stake in Ubisoft, according to French law. They recently completed a hostile takeover of Gameloft. Now, ironically, or not, Gameloft was founded by Mike Guillemot, and Ubisoft CEO is his brother, Yves Guillemot. The potential impact of a takeover on the development of Beyond Good and Evil 2 concerns me. One of the reasons why they might be showing the stuff off now is to fend off a takeover. It seems, from the outside, to be targeted against the Guillemot brothers, but time will tell. What are your thoughts on the announcements? Are you looking forward to it? Personally, my only gripe is that it's a prequel and not a sequel. I understand why they did it, but I sure would like to know what happened to Jade after the first game. For situations like this, I wish they would release cinematic movies. I'd buy it. Okay, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like or dislike the video. It lets me know if you like this kind of content or not.
Damn you.
And I will see you guys in the next one.
I loved your work, Piety. It was you I wasn't very fond of.